what my trade was for today. What I started off with is marking out each session. So the Asia Open, London Open, and then New York pre-market, like I always do every day. And after I did that, I really only started trading at 9:20 while I was in class. So I waited till right here. Noticed an uptrend being formed. We're kind of tapping into paired with 5 minute, tapping into this order block or retracement into this area before starting the uptrend. So kind of took a bias to the upside once I saw price moving on the 1 minute and then this giant fair value gap, which was mostly created by news at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. And then off of that, where am I? Okay. Off of that, I took my first entry just from this. Where was it? It's just from this right here. This, um, I kind of wanted to do it just off of this one and then break, but then I just waited for this for a little more confidence. This retracement to the fair value gap, and off of this candle closure, I entered with, let me check how much I entered on. I entered on a 40 lot position. So I'll mark out what it looked like. It was opened here, targeted. I was put my stop loss here, which was a 500 risk. And my reward was all the way up here at these highs, though they didn't get hit, which I will explain why I still was profitable for the day through my strategy. I took profits on this high right here. This is my first take profit right here. And then explaining my strategy, the reason I had these three semi-profitable trades to create a 421 day profit on a 50K account, which is practically 1%, is that I first took my take profit here, which I took out 15 positions because I still thought it had upside potential. And then once I noticed these fair value gaps being swept through, I closed my whole position because this is part of my strategy that I've been creating. I closed my position at, wait, I don't even know where I closed it. I don't know if it's, oh yeah, it does. I closed my position, I think, yeah, just, it was only right above here, closing right below these fair value gaps, so it inverted them. I waited for that because since these are consecutive fair value gaps, meaning just breaking through this first one wouldn't really matter since there's two stacked upon each other. Let me delete all this stuff. So I exited fully out of that trade, which is part of the strategy that I've been using recently, which I came up with myself, kind of. And then let me find where we were again, right here. Alright, then wait. Maybe I was lying. No, I was not. I'm kind of like trying to remember exactly where each trade ended on. Wait. Okay, I see, I see. I ended this trade. I guess I ended it just off of this candlestick. I don't know why. I just thought it would be going towards the downside. Then I re-entered off of this break above the high because I really thought there was still upside potential. And then, right, 10:30 is when I. Is 10:30? No, it was not. Okay. 6:22. So right here, this is where I re-entered. I just re-entered right when I saw that it was pushing up. And I exited my trade just like a minute later. So this was just a quick scalp to take out these highs. And then I partially closed, hoping that it will push further up, which it did not, and exited my last position. So I could have played this a lot better. I do not know why I took out profits here. I just had a really good, or had intuition from trading for a little while now. For a while now, not a little while, that market price would push down after that candlestick. So, but it didn't, which is all right. It still ended in a profit. And yeah, the reason I've been using this strategy, which is kind of just like trying to predict or not exiting the trade when I see reason, or fully exiting the trade when I see potential that the market is pushing in the opposite direction through inverses or just down, like breaking below a low of some sort, is because when I was trading a while ago, I was very unprofitable. I came up with a strategy probably 3 weeks ago, and the reason I was so unprofitable was that my wins were so small because I would just keep taking partials, little partials, and I realized I just don't want to do that anymore. So instead, I would keep my risk of 1% on the account, and I would just take profits, take bigger profits, and then once I realized it was going downside potential on that one trade, I would fully close, and then I would keep doing that and re-enter, and that is how I got this. This was all throughout one trade. I went up like 1.5k, and then yeah, but then I lost some right here. The 1.5k was just in profits, so it was including this, and I risked 500 throughout the whole thing, and then near the end I put in more, just due to how we were literally so close to like breaking through the session lows that I was so fully convinced that it would, but it didn't, so I lost some here, but that's okay. And then yeah, so that's basically the new strategy I created. It's just maximizing profits while keeping my risk the same. And yeah, that's gonna be probably it for today's trade recap today. And yeah, I hope that was enjoyable, and I hope that was beneficial to you guys watching. And yeah, I just need to. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, I hope that was beneficial to you all. And I think I'm just gonna sit in chat. Maybe just like play some Rocket League until someone joins. Or just look through the markets and see what I'm hoping to do for tomorrow. Because I really do not have anything to do right now. So I kind of know. Start marking out my lines for tomorrow. Asia already opened, and I don't really like to trade Asia session. Just my personal opinion. I still think it can be a profitable session to trade. I just more like to trade off session highs and session lows, which is hard to do in the Asia session. So I really only trade New York in like the early parts of New York too, not the not yeah, not the I usually stop trading at like 11 EST. I do think I'm already starting to become a profitable trader, hopefully. I've been trading for a while, so it kind of makes sense. Going to get funded accounts hopefully soon. And yeah, hopefully I'm looking for buys tomorrow. I mean, just look. I didn't even check what the NASDAQ did. I don't know why. It might have been better to trade the NASDAQ. I think it's because it's kind of hard to switch between the two while I was in school because I was kind of hiding my computer. And yeah, should have talked about that in the trade recap, but it's okay. I would have been chill. It would probably been worse to trade on this, except for how. Yeah, no, this would not have been fun to trade on.